the binary solid solution alloy. Cooling curve for the binary solid solution alloy. Now, you know that what is meant by alloy. Alloy is a mixture or it is a composition of two or more metals in a fixed proportion. And we have also seen that a solid solution is also one kind of alloy. So cooling curve for such kind of a binary solid solution alloy, that means two metals are mixed together and they are having a solid solution. And for such kind of a binary solid solution alloy, we are drawing the cooling curve. Now this cooling curve will be as shown in the diagram. A to B, B to C, and C to D. These kind of curves will be there. Similar to metals, this curve is there, but from B to C point, there is a liquid plus solid phase is there, but temperature is not constant here. And why? Because that we will see after applying the Gibbs phase rule. You can get that why that B to C curve is not exactly horizontal. Now in this cooling curve, from A to B point, the alloy is in the liquid phase. After fusing starts at B point, it completes at point C. In between B to C point, this alloy is having liquid plus solid phase. And again, when we cool from that C point to D point, that alloy is having a solid phase. That alloy is having a solid phase. Now, if you apply Gibbs phase rule again for this second type of cooling curve, that is a binary solid solution alloys, then you know the Gibbs phase rule, P plus F is equal to C plus 1. P is equal to number of phases. So for A to B curve, how many phases are there? Only one phase is there. Therefore, 1 I have written instead of P, plus F. F is degrees of freedom that we are finding here, is equal to C plus 1. C is number of components. So for binary solid solution alloy, two components will be there. Therefore, instead of C, I will write 2 plus 1. So F we are getting equal to 2. So F is equal to 2 means it is a bivariant system. Bivariant system. From A to B curve, for A to B curve, the system is a bivariant. That means temperature and concentration can be varied independently without changing the liquid phase in the system. Without changing the liquid phase in the system. Similarly, if you apply this Gibbs phase rule for from point B to C, and remember here B to C point, the cooling has been started from B to C, and exactly at point C, solid phase you are getting, but from B to C, two phases are there again, liquid plus solid. So apply Gibbs phase rule, P plus F is equal to C plus 1, P is equal to 2, F is equal to, we are going to find out, C is equal to 2, and we are getting F is equal to 1. Therefore, system is a univariant system. In pure metals, we have not got F is equal to anything, F is equal to 0 we have got. That means system is a non-variant. Nothing we can vary to get that phases, liquid plus solid. But here, any one of the variable, that is temperature or concentration, here in diagram you can easily find the temperature has been varied from B to C point. So the temperature can be varied without changing the liquid and solid phase. Without changing the liquid and solid phase, we can change here the temperature. So it is clear that the solid solution alloys solidifies over the range of temperature. Therefore, they have different melting point. That is, the melting will start at one temperature and finishes at another temperature. But for pure metal, you have seen that it has started at a fixed point melting. Melting as well as cooling has been started at the same point. But here, the melting has started at certain different point, and cooling also has, or freezing also has started at some different point, isn't it? because here we have got degrees of freedom equal to 1. Similarly, from C to D point, again if you apply the Gibbs phase rule, P is 1 because only solid phase is there. F we need to find out, C is equal to 2. You will get F is equal to 2, that is system is bivariant for this line, meaning F is equal to 2 is nothing but a temperature and concentration. Both can be varied independently without changing the solid phase in the system. So this is the cooling curve for the binary solid solution alloy. Now thirdly, we will see third type of cooling curve, that is cooling curve for the binary eutectic alloy. So first we will see what is meant by binary eutectic alloy. Binary means again 2 and eutectic means that we will see. Now eutectic means it is one kind of a homogeneous mixture, because the word written here as a binary, therefore it is a homogeneous mixture of two solids which forms at a constant temperature during the cooling and melts again at a constant temperature during the heating. Now in diagram you can see, if these words you have not understood, you can see in the diagram, from B to C point at a constant temperature, how many solids are there? Two solids are written here, that is S1 plus S2. In pure metals, again you can see in this diagram, for B to C point, that is at constant temperature, only one solid you have got, that is liquid plus solid phase is there. But for binary eutectic alloy, two solids will be there at a constant temperature. While cooling, you will get liquid phase, also solid phase, but in that solid phase only, you will get two different solid phases, that is S1 and S2. That's why these are called as a binary eutectic alloys. Again, what is meant by binary eutectic? Binary eutectic is a homogeneous mixture of two solids which forms at a constant temperature during the cooling and melts at a constant temperature during the heating. That means below C point, if you are cooling, those will be again converted into two different solids. But if you are heating from C point again, then you will form or you will get the liquid phase only by combination of both the solids. So during solidification, two different solids you will get, and for heating you will get only one liquid of these two different solids. So this is nothing but a binary eutectic alloys and the cooling curve for binary eutectic alloy. These types of cooling curves are very much necessary and important while studying the phase diagrams of iron carbon. There you will find written as S1 plus S2 or liquid plus solid 1 plus solid 2. So there, if liquid plus S1 and S2 is written, that means there that whatever components are there or alloys are there, those are binary eutectic alloys. So during the cooling, liquid phase is transformed into two solids, S1 and S2 phase at constant temperature. Also the opposite reaction occurs during the heating. These are also known as eutectic reactions. Now here constant temperature is equal to eutectic temperature. So whatever this constant temperature for B to C curve is there, that is also called as eutectic temperature. Now from A to B again, one liquid phase is there. From B to C, how many phases are there? 3 phases will be there. 2 solid phases and 1 liquid phase. From C to D point, how many phases? 2 phases will be there for 2 different solids. So remember this change. For first metals we have seen For A to B curve, one phase. For B to C, two phases. For C to D, again one phase. Then we have seen cooling curve for binary solid solution alloy. That means only alloy you can consider. For that alloy, having mixture of two metals, how the diagram it is: A to B liquid phase, B to C liquid plus solid phase, but temperature is not constant. From C to D, one phase. Then for cooling curve for binary eutectic alloy, A to B one phase, B to C three phases, C to D two phases. Remember this change, and now apply the Gibbs phase rule for this. So the Gibbs phase rule for this will be A to B, P is 1 because one phase is there. F we are going to find out. C is 2 because two components are there because it is alloy, plus 1. So 1 plus F is equal to 2 plus 1. Therefore F you will get as a 2, and therefore you can find that from A to B the system is a bivariant. System is a bivariant, and that much elevated temperature in the liquid phase system is a bivariant. That means the temperature and concentration can be varied independently without changing the liquid phase existing in the system. From again B to C point, how many phases? 3 phases are there. Therefore, instead of P, I will write 3. F we are finding. C is nothing but a components. Components here are 2 because it is alloy, plus 1. So 3 plus F is equal to 2 plus 1. You will find F is equal to 0. Therefore, from B to C point, system is a non-variant. That means neither temperature nor concentration can be varied without changing the phase existing in the system. As the temperature increases, the phase from liquid plus solid 1 plus solid 2 will change to liquid. And as the temperature decreases, the phase from liquid plus solid 1 plus solid 2 changes to solid 1 plus solid 2. That's why F is 0 here, similar to the metal. For pure metal also we have seen here like this. Above this temperature, if you increase the temperature, phase will change to liquid. Below this temperature, if you decrease the temperature, phase will change to solid. Like that, for binary eutectic alloy also. So for region C to D, again apply the Gibbs phase rule. P plus F is equal to C plus 1. So P is 2 because two solids are getting here from C to D. C is 2. Then you will find F is equal to 1. That is, system is a univariant. Either temperature or concentration independently without changing the solid phase existing in the system. Although phase is same for two metals, S1 and S2 both are solid, but we are taking P is equal to 2 because two different metals with a different two phases, but the mixture is homogeneous. Remember, mixture is homogeneous. Still different phases are occurring if you are looking the microstructure. If you are looking the microstructure of that alloy, you will get different two phases in that microstructure. That's why S1 and S2 are considered as a two different phases. Although both are solid, considered as a two different phases. Remember this. So this is the third type cooling curve for binary eutectic alloy. Binary eutectic alloy. Hope this is also understood. Just tell me in the chat whether you understood this.